So I want to share with you a testimony of something that happened today that confirms that even in the valley of the shadow of death, God is still in the miracle business, and God is a God of suddenly. So, a little bit of background. I have shared this in my other videos that I am going through a season of trials, adversity, and I have two businesses that I'm working on, and everything I'm doing, even though I am on the path that God is leading me to in each business, nothing seems to be clicking. I feel stuck. And obviously, as an entrepreneur, that is how I, you know, pay my bills. I take care of my family. I take care of my responsibilities. So when things are not going well in the business and you have to, what I call, eat what you kill, then it brings a very, very stressful time that can feel very debilitating, especially when you're pouring in everything you know. And I am not new to entrepreneurship. I've been an entrepreneur since 2007. And so this is my life. And when you hit a season where all the things that you know, your knowledge, experience, expertise, all of that put together is not leading you anywhere, it can feel very frustrating. It can be scary. And in my case, because over the last 10 years, I have gone through a series of roller coasters with God where He would take me to the top of the mountain, tremendous success, and then He will bring me right down to the bottom of the valley. And then He will repeat that again. And I know in between all of that, when I look back, there's been lessons that I have learned that would not have happened had I not gone through those challenges. There is growth that I have experienced that would not have happened have I not gone through those challenges. There is even the businesses that I've been able to birth have all been as a result. The books that I am writing have been a result of those, and I would not have been able to write those books if not for going through those challenges and getting those experiences, wisdom, and knowledge. So I know that their challenges have a purpose. And right now I know that God is trying to teach me something with the current experience that I'm going through. But it doesn't erase the fact that I have bills to pay, I have responsibilities to take care of. And so when you're grinding and nothing is working, it can be very isolating. And so today, I was telling somebody how frustrated I am and how angry I am at God for putting me in this situation where I feel so helpless and I feel so alone. And the fact that I feel like how many lessons do I have to learn. And it was me being honest about how I'm feeling. I am hopeful, at the same time I'm hurt. I am trusting, but at the same time I feel a sense of anger because I see these people put it on TikTok and say, God, when are you going to sign me up for the easy assignment? I feel like I'm always being assigned the difficult ones. And so that was a moment of vulnerability for me, saying that I am exhausted. And then a minute later, I opened my phone, and then an opportunity came, a financial opportunity. And somebody's asking me if I could do a particular thing. And I immediately realized God was giving me feedback for what I had just said, that look, I am in there with you. And the offer came from a place that was not on my list of places that I thought my relief was going to come from. And so what I want to share with you today is that God is a God of suddenly, but I also want to peel the onion even further, because the reason why we have fear, we experience fear, anxiety, pain, and suffering during moments of adversity, especially the suffering part, is because we cannot see how God is going to do it. I'm looking at my two businesses and I'm looking at what I'm doing, and I'm seeing like nothing is working, and I don't know how God is going to turn something that is not working and make it work, because I am looking at it from how I think our businesses work, the business cycles, what needs to happen from A to B to Z to get that. And so I'm looking at it logically and I can see it. And then God plugs something in. And what I just told you has happened about more times over the last 6 weeks, where somebody randomly emails me and says, "Hey, I have an opportunity for you." And it's nothing that I would have put in my mind. That is one of the places that relief is going to come from. And so what that confirms to me today is that, number one, God was telling me today that He's in the trenches with me. He has a better plan, and I should just trust Him. And when I was doubting, when I was in my moment of doubt, where I felt squeezed, He revealed Himself to me in a way that makes me know that He's there with me. I should keep going. I should keep trusting. And that's number one. And number two, it shows me that I cannot be thinking about the solution from my perspective or my understanding. Remember, God's ways are not our ways, and He can do things that only He can do. And so when we are looking at the world and we're looking at our situation and using human logic to think about how the solution is going to come or how it should come, we're missing God and we're limiting God's power. And I'm sharing this with you from a lesson that I have just been reinforced and affirmed to me, that I cannot just look at my situation and if I can figure it out, I cannot limit God and think that God cannot figure it out because what I see is impossible. And so I hope this is an encouragement to you, because I'm being raw about it. I'm being vulnerable about it because it just happened today and it gave me a lot of hope, right? It doesn't mean that my problems have gone away. It doesn't mean that tomorrow I'm not going to wake up with more things I have to deal with. But it gives me a reference point to know that God is a God of suddenly. God is the God of the impossible. And that if I trust in Him and give Him everything and not try to control everything or get clarity about everything before I can move, if I just keep doing what I'm doing, which I am doing, that He will take care of it. So I hope this helps somebody today.